Hey bud, welcome to another workout for you to row along to. Oh, that hurts my throat. Hi there, welcome along to another workout for you to row along to on this Halloween special. What do you think? Spent a whole month growing this beard so I could shave it like this. And yeah, the hair, hair's quite handy, combs. Anyway, so today is our Halloween row. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 31 minutes and 10 seconds. That's the 31st of October, rather than you American folks who call it October the 31st, but that would only be 10 minutes and 31 seconds, which is too short. Now you're gonna row this at 20 strokes per minute and at 2K plus 18 pace. Apart from every 5 minutes, you're gonna sprint for 21 seconds, hence the 21 of the date, 31, 10, 21, okay? You're gonna do that over and over again until that final 1 minute 10. And for that, you're just gonna go hard. And that's what's gonna make this a scary row, okay? So you're gonna get sprints all the way through. You're gonna be doing it at that 2K plus 18 pace to recover from each of the sprints, but the last 1 minute 10 is gonna be hard. So this is gonna be that mix of a workout where you're gonna have the lower intensity, but then you're gonna have higher intensity with it. So it is gonna be quite a tough workout. You're gonna find that those 2K plus 18 sections are gonna be where you recover from the sprint that you've done. And then by the time you've recovered, it'll be time for another sprint. So it'll be a good old tough workout for Halloween. Burn off some of that candy, okay? So let's get into our 4-minute warm up as we always do. Now we set up the machine for, I could probably do without the claws, eh? Yeah, it's gonna be hard to row with claws on. So let's put these down. And also, I'm going to take my shoes off because I don't row with shoes on. So, go to the front of the machine, in fact, the jacket as well. Go to the front of the machine for drag factor and set that where you want it to be. If you don't know anything about drag factor, then please check out the video I have on this channel. I set mine to around about 120. Next up, go to your monitor and set it to eye height so you're not having to look up and you're not having to look down. And finally, set the foot stretcher height, if you can, to a point that allows you to come to the front of the stroke with your shins in a nice vertical position comfortably, okay? If you're set too high, you might not be able to get into that comfortable position. If you're set too low, you might go flying straight past that vertical position, okay? So this 4-minute warm up, we're gonna do around about 18 strokes per minute. And the pace you're gonna do is you're gonna start off at kind of enough of a like body weight squats, because all I want you to do really is just concentrate on the amount of, on how the power from your feet connects to the power of your hands connecting through to the handle. So I completely messed that up slightly, but we'll explain it as we get through it. I'm too busy thinking about, oh, my jacket, my claws, my whatever. So here we go then. 4-minute warm up, starting 18 strokes per minute, with just a good old just light push from your legs, just enough that you can concentrate on the connection. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so just enough of a connection or a push from your feet so that you can think about that push from your feet happening at the same time that the handle picks up the flywheel. By picking up, I mean it's like that's when it connects. So whether you're using a water rower or another kind of rowing machine, the point's still the same, that as you push with your feet, that's when your hands connect to the machine, okay? And that's what gets the power from your legs into the machine effectively and efficiently. And then once you've got that timing, just start to think about adding in a bit more power. Maybe try and get close to 2K plus 20 pace for the next minute or so. And if you don't have a 2K training pace, then all you have to do is row a 2-kilometer time trial as fast as you can. Then take the result and divide by 4, and that gives you your average time to row 500 meters across your 2K time trial. And that is your 2K pace. So if you did your 2K time trial in 7 minutes 40, divide that by 4, that gives you a 2K training pace of 155. So when I say row at 2K plus 20, that means that you row at 2 minutes 15 pace per 500 meters. If your monitor allows you to see that pace, of course. Okay, let's take one more stroke and then put one foot on the ground. Continue rowing with that 1 foot still strapped in. Try not to change your technique too much, just because you've got only one foot in. It can be quite easy to really overlean at the front because you've got better flexibility with only one foot in. One more here and then let's swap feet. Remember, you just want to think about leaning forwards into the front of the machine as you start the drive, and then hold that for like half of the stroke and then swing into that backward lean. Trying to have a good posture throughout as you do that. I'll talk more about this in the main row, don't worry. One more stroke. Okay, legs straight and just roll with your back and arms. This is really where that posture thing comes into its own. All you're doing is kind of tilting, hinging, swinging over your hips with your back. You're not crumpling down and kind of, I don't know what you call this, worming backwards and forwards. I got absolutely no power out of doing that. That's why you don't do that. Okay, arms straight, forward lean. Roll to the front of the machine and just press out with your legs. You don't have to go too hard with your legs, because all you're doing is working on that connection between your feet and your hands, but also holding this position as you drive. Okay, and if you press out too hard, you'll end up kind of having to go into that backwards position. One more. There we go. So because we're starting off for 5 minutes at 2K plus 18, 20 strokes a minute, you don't have to be super warm for today's session. But if you want to do some light rowing, please do. But have a quick drink and I will quickly describe one more time what it is that we're doing today. Okay then, so today's Halloween row is 31 minutes and 10 seconds long. You're going to row most of this at 20 strokes per minute and at 2K plus 18 pace. But every 5 minutes, you're going to sprint for 21 seconds, and then you're going to go back into that 2K plus 18 pace. And then when we get down to 1 minute 10 to go, you're just going to go as hard as you can for that last blast. Okay, so sprint might be a bit too much, but let's to really up the pace, get up and just to really kind of basically just bash out a really tough workout. Okay, this is one that's just going to sit in a kind of a one-off, oh, that was really tough kind of workout. Okay, it doesn't really sit anywhere within a plan. It's just you come along and think, hey, I want to do something different, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, and breaking it up with the sprints should hopefully mean that this is going to go absolutely fly by, because every time they come round, you're going to dread them. Well, dread's a bad word, the wrong word. You get what I mean? You're going to be like, oh, I've got to sprint again. So you ready for this then? So we're going to do this. We're going to start at 20 strokes per minute and at 2K plus 18 pace, 5 minutes worth, and then we sprint for 21 seconds. Don't worry if you only manage 20 or 22. It's all a bit of fun. Okay? Right, here we go then. In 3, 2, 1, go. Right. So it's just a nice, simple start to this one. Although I have to do a little bit of weird maths because my monitor started at 31:10, obviously. So I've just put it in as a solid row. So I have to try and work out the seconds I want to be taking a stroke at for 20 strokes per minute. Well, I think I'm slightly out. Oh, right. Hopefully I'll get a whole hang of this. It's funny how something as simple as this can throw me off. Better make sure I hit the first 5 minutes at the right point now. What do we need to start our first sprint at? 36:10. Right. Or 26:10. Don't be an idiot. So like I say, this is a bit of fun doing it this way, but it is going to be good for you, don't worry. And what will happen is you'll start maybe the first 2 or 3 of these sprint sections will feel great, but then you'll end up, as they're coming around, looking forward to them less and less in terms of your recovery and your comfort zone. So what that tends to do is mentally, it makes them come round faster. It's like when you got an appointment to go and do something you don't want to do. It always happens, always sneaks up on you really quickly. Whereas when you're looking forward to something, it takes forever. So 20 strokes a minute, the reason I was saying about the time thing, 20 strokes a minute is a quite useful stroke rate, because it's 1 stroke every 3 seconds, which means if you're not really that used to rowing at lower stroke rates, or even not that used to actually rowing to a proper stroke rate instead of just climbing on and rowing, then you can just count down in 3s. Make sure, and especially for this rate, drive for 1 second and recover for 2. And that's kind of the rhythm you want to be looking for at 20 strokes a minute. That's how you get a good chunk of power into the machine with a good solid fast drive, and then use 2/3 of the stroke to recover. Okay, so we're heading towards our first sprint section. It's going to happen in 40 seconds time. Like I say, don't worry if you're slightly off the 21 seconds. It's just a bit of fun. So that means going from 26:10 down to 25:49. Okay, here we go. 1 more stroke. And we're off as fast as you can. Ten seconds to go. One more stroke. Whew. Whew. And then try not to ease off too much with your pace as you recover from that. You might find that you drop closer to 2K plus 20 for the first minute or so, just as you get used to reducing the pace and recovering at the same time. Usually in my normal non-Halloween workouts, if I was to do something like this, I wouldn't say to sprint, what I tend to do is get you to do power strokes where you lay in a lot more power from the legs, as that doesn't tend to blow up your cardio. Your muscles might end up singing a little bit, but your cardio is normally pretty much on point. Whew. Okay, so that one finished 25:49, which means the next one goes at 20:49. That'd be fun. I keep on looking to see, I can't see any indicator from my microphone flashing up and down. I really hope this is taking. I don't fancy having to wake up in the morning tomorrow and redo this one. Well, actually, it's quite a fun workout. It'd be the waking up in the morning part that I wouldn't be looking forward to. Anyway, sorry, distracted. So, like I say, usually I'd say to add more power from the legs. So stay at 20 strokes a minute, but push more from the legs, because your power generation doesn't just come from a higher stroke rate. It comes from more of a push from your legs, push to start the stroke. And that's vital. If you don't already think about the rowing stroke being a pushing with the leg or legs motion, that you start to think about it that way. You don't pull on the handle until the back of the stroke. Here. All the hands are doing through most of the stroke is just hanging on. I'll explain more once we've got through this next sprint, which is coming up in around about 15 seconds time. So same again, 21 seconds, as fast as you can. Whew. Okay, 2, 1, here we go. Remember, it's about power from your legs and increasing your stroke rate. Already I can see that I wasn't going anywhere near as fast as I was the first time round. So I didn't say stop. I hope you're not still bashing away. Sorry, it took a moment then to recover. Like I say, This is a tough row that will push you a bit, so you may find that there are portions of this row where, especially after the sprint sections, where I need 10 seconds or so to just catch my breath and be able to talk to you some more. So let's do the maths. We stopped the last one at 20:28. Is that right? 49, yeah. So the next one we need to do, sorry, you're having to deal with my maths, 15:07. Is that right? I hope it is, because that's where I'm going to go. So no, we start at 28. Yeah, that's what it is. We start at 15:28. A smarter person would have thought about this before starting the row, or at least wrote it down on a whiteboard. Although actually, what am I doing? I'm on force curve, so if I change my display, and it won't give me a time split, will it? Yeah. No. Yeah, I was waiting for something that was actually counting up in minutes. That's okay. Well, I say 15:28, which is just over a minute away. Yeah. Oh. You can tell that this is quite mentally taxing for me, because I'm not talking technique as much as I usually do. It's quite worrying, really, how a little bit of exertion and on a roll like this, suddenly I'm unable to function. I can't, I'm not capable of any higher thoughts. All right. I messed up. I can't tell. Okay, here we go. One more stroke. And we're off. And we're done. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely slowing down through these sprints. It's funny, it's like my brain has taken over and won't actually let me go as hard as I want to. Right, we'll do the maths now. If that stopped at 15:07, 10.07. Then the next one is 10.07. Yeah. I keep on being a bit thrown off thinking this isn't going to round up to 30 minutes, but that's not the point of today. The point should be that we just have that 110 at the end to go hard. Right, so let's quickly talk technique this time round. I've already said that your power comes from your legs. But if you remember during the warm-up, when I was talking about trying to hold that forward lean with straight arms, that's not just a, oh, this is how rowers row kind of technique thing. It's about getting the power efficiently from your legs into the machine. And by efficiently, what I mean is your body isn't fighting against it. The power from your legs can just surge into the machine uninterrupted. And so that forward lean lets the power from your legs, if you have a good posture, travel up through your body into your shoulders uninterrupted. But then you need your arms straight to continue that power transfer into the handle. Because if you bend your elbows early, suddenly you're grasping against the handle, trying to use your biceps to fight the handle, fight the weight of the flywheel. Which not only gets in the way of the power that could be coming from your legs, kind of prevents that power going through, but you're also wasting potential power that you could be putting in at the back of the stroke, here. So if you have straight arms, straight pull, straight pull. So keep them nice and straight, and only straight pull at the back of the stroke. Do you finally bend your elbows and pull the handle in nice and powerfully. Okay, in 40 seconds time, we're going to sprint again. Let's see if I can go faster. Shut up, brain. I want to go a little faster. So at 10.07 on my clock, so when the sprint starts, down to 46. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. One more stroke. Let's sprint. Get your stroke rate up. And push harder with your legs. Listen to the machine scream. 2 more strokes. 1 more. Nice. That was better. Actually attacked that one. So that was 46 that we stopped at that time. So 46 is the next one, and then we just keep on rowing until there's only 1 minute 10 left, and then try to finish strong. Hopefully you are able to recover okay as you come out of these sprints. It doesn't take you too long to get back down to the right stroke rate and pace. I remember, as much as I was saying stroke rate is about having a ratio of 1 second drive to recover when rowing at 20 strokes a minute. It's all about movement. So I drive for a full second, and then the recovery starts with the handle away. Handle, then handle back legs. So arms instantly come away from my chest. I do not stop. Stopping at the back of the stroke is wasteful and can cause injury, either to your lower back or the muscles in your core as you brace against that stopped position. But also, it robs you of recovery rest, because when you stop at the back and everything is tensed up, you're not getting any rest out of it. Whereas if you use your body's momentum to recover to the front of the machine, you're using very little energy, and you're basically getting 2 seconds of active rest in every stroke. So you let your arms bounce forwards, in, out. Natural muscular bounce happens that you just have to continue. That then triggers your forward rock over your hips, and then your body is in a forward position on the seat, weight shifting forwards. So all you have to do is bend your knees and you slide forwards with very little actual muscles needed for that recovery. All right, get ready for the next sprint at 4:46. So coming up in, well, after this stroke. Let's go. 21 seconds, down to 4:25. Get that power in. push with your legs. One more. Oh. Try not to fall too far off pace. Try to continue and slide back into good technique. It can be quite attractive to swing your back early when you're tired and just go, oh, I'm exhausted. Fatigue sets in. But my pace just plummeted from 2K plus 18 to 2K plus 35 while I was doing that, because I just wasn't putting any effort in. Okay, so we have 2 minutes left at this intensity, and then the real horror show kicks in with 1 minute 10 to go. Now, it's up to you how you go hard. You can just sprint from the start, try to hold on, or you can increase power from your legs first and then increase stroke rate, or increase stroke rate and then increase power, and then hopefully increase stroke rate or power again with about 30 seconds to go. So get yourself nicely set up mentally. It's only 1 minute 10, so maybe about 30 to 40 strokes, depending on how you're doing this. And then we're all done. Well, apart from a cool down for this bit of fun Halloween row. Right, coming up then. Let's have one more stroke, then we're going hard. Here we go. So I am upping stroke rate from 20 to 33 as we start this. This has taken me pretty much up to my 2K pace. That's 30 seconds gone. Almost there. 30 seconds to go. I'm adding more power at the same stroke rate. 6 seconds faster than I was. Now, power and rate. Come on. 2 more, John, come on. There we go. That was fun. Definitely a different row in a lot of different ways. Different in terms of intensity and design. Different for the kind of things I was talking about as well. Sorry, I'm just sending the cooldown. Much quicker to do that now that I've got it bookmarked. So thanks to Grace for that tip. I think it was Grace. And hey, my hair held up. Right. Let's quickly catch our breath. You okay for a cooldown? Cool. So nice and low and slow, 18 strokes a minute. Pick a pace, probably run about 2K plus 30-ish, where you can just let yourself slide into neutral. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. I think that was a tough intensity workout, but certainly the hardest part for me was maths. And there's a good chance I completely messed it up. I know I almost did at one point. So I figure there's probably a really good chance that I messed up. But hey, it was a bit of fun, and if nothing else, hopefully you had a good time screaming at me that I missed a sprint or something. Remember, these cooldowns are really important, both from a physical point of view to just get your blood pumping around your body, flush out the carbon dioxide that's in your blood, let your muscles just ease off after those intense bursts within that row, but also mentally. I mean, for me, I need it just so that my brain can go, duh, what just happened? Because, yeah, next time, write it down, John, write it down. I'm all haircut and no brains. Might keep the beard like this, you know. What do you think? I mean, I'll be keeping this until I go out with the kids anyway. Try and get some chocolate and things. So, got enough time to go that I could just decide, hey, let's keep it. Right. That's my 2 minutes done. You don't have to stop. You can carry on cooling down if you wish, if you need to, if you want to, if hey, whatever. Or you can stop and do some stretching, which I also really advise, especially if you're a 46-year-old Wolverine like me. Aches and pains, it's all that adamantium in my bones. But yeah, stretching has become a much more needed discipline. So when I was 18, stretch, don't even know the definition of the word. What's the point? Hey. But now that I'm quite a fair bit older than that, if I don't stretch, that's when the psoas muscle in my lower back goes and hamstrings get tight and shoulder goes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, use this time to stretch or continue cooling down if you wish. Don't really have much to say today. I mean, I could go through all the things that I missed when it came to technique, but if you're missing my usual technique chats, then just load up pretty much any other of my videos where I tend to, that's what I talk about most of the time, because it's important that you give some thought to how you're rowing, when you're rowing, and then I'll get diverted into like either eating or motivation or Van Halen or Deadmau5 or whatever. But yeah, I do tend to talk, it's important to bring up technique, which I kind of did today, but not much. So yeah, check out other videos and things, and I should probably just make a standalone video, but it's just I've got other videos I want to make. I mean, I'm about to start. It's from the 1st of November. I'm doing 30 days of 30 minutes. So I'm going to do all of November, 30-minute row every single day. I'm going to break up like different kind of rows. I'm probably going to do them all as live, YouTube live rows, just because there's so much output to get done that I will fall right behind if I try and take them into the post-production afterwards and mess around with graphics and things. So if I just do them as live, I just come in, row, boom, they're done. Then I'll stick to the 30 days of 30. If I try and make them fancy pants, no. So that's not going to happen. So anyway, keep an eye out for that. I will post on the RowAlong.com website, on the YouTube community, and on the RowAlong Facebook group what the sessions are, in case you missed them, in case you want to do them and you don't really want to do them as the video. They will also be on Ergzone as well, so you can just jump onto there and load them up and do the sessions. Yeah, so that's what's in store. So hopefully you can join me for some of them. I don't expect anybody else to do the whole 30 days, just dip in and out, do them when you want to, because it's just a bit of fun. It's all as part of Rovember, so I will set up some kind of a Just Giving donation thing in support of the, I mean, this is quite embarrassing. I'm pretty sure it's prostate cancer that Rovember supports, but forgive me if I'm wrong. I will make sure it's the right charity that it goes to. But yeah, so anyway, that's what November is in store. I said this wasn't going to be a long one, and it's ended up being a long one. So I will take my claws. Oh no, that was the wrong way around. And I will head off into the sunset and fight crime and yeah, and look out for Magneto. Yeah, thank you so much for putting up with this one. I know it was slightly weird because of, hey, the whole Wolverine thing, and because, yeah, my inability to count and stuff, but yeah. I've already had maths fail as a hashtag, haven't I? What can we do? Just do maths, okay? If you want to leave a hashtag, or time maths, that's probably better. So time maths, hashtag time maths, because that's what was throwing me up. I just couldn't work out how to count in seconds through the 60 barrier and stuff, which is probably why I've messed up. So yeah, anyway, there we go. Thank you so much for joining me for this Halloween row. Enjoy your own Halloween, whether you do anything for it or whether you just sit at home with the lights off, hiding from all the kids that come to your house, you're still doing something for it. So, and if you do go out for Halloween and you do get lots and lots of sweets, eat them in moderation, okay? Don't sit there and gorge on them all, because that's really bad for your blood sugar, all right? Anyway, thank you so much. Stay safe, be well, bye-bye.